the kind of song you like. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song? Oh, I cannot pick a favorite song. I love music a lot. What's your favorite song? It's a hard question.
I come on with a theme song. These guys up here, they DJs, they hip hoppers.
Yep.
So I always come on with something like Good Times.
Oh yeah.
Come up with something, throw it off, and they like, why you doing that? Why you no DJ?
I have two teenage sons, so I stay in with the hip hop music.
That's the radio, so we know we're on right now.
What's that read for?
Southern Panthers, you heard of them?
What is it?
Southern Panthers,
Oh, okay.
Little League team. They sponsored them for years, and this year they gave all the sponsors a ring. They have a lot of legacy. LaDainian Tomlinson played for them, and it's an awful lot of kids who know them. I'm having to play the commercials for rather than programming. When I want a break, I play commercials. Oh yeah. Thursday's a good day for you. You want to come back next Thursday? Same time next Thursday, and you put the format, the script. Matter of work, we call it Health Tips with Angie. And you can highlight where you work, your gym, and promote that too. You know, hey, come over here, I can analyze you, see what really works best for you. You know how to do it. But that is not, sports related. They were talking like,
I was like, well,
anybody could build a grocery store over there and do that. Fix the world.
I didn't know before.
These speakers on me. You'll be there?
You want me to read this?
Yeah.
Okay.
talking to with Mr. C and Angie.
Wait, what? Am I supposed to start right now? Oh, in Angie. Okay. Tell me when. You're listening to The Barber Shop with Mr. C and Angie on CBS Sports Radio Central Texas and the Syntex Sports One app. All CBS Sports Radio Central Texas programming is live from the Battery Joe Studios. Get the screen on your phone replaced the same day by calling 254-870-1270.
You know that sounds so good when you read it. Already an upgrade on voice recognition. How you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
Well, I'm sure glad to have you back in the studio again because I think your segment is really got a lot of momentum on last week when I had you on the show. And so many people started asking me questions. I said, well, hey, how about we see if we can't get her to come back every week?
I love that.
So, just so from now on, we'll just say Angie's Tips with Angie, Health Tips with Angie's on Thursday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we can make that happen. So I know you're busy and you do an outstanding job. And I appreciate that you taking time out because you don't have to do that, but you did. And I am grateful. Now, for some of the people that missed you on last week, just introduce yourself over.
Okay. My name is Angie Spence. I'm the manager of Anytime Fitness in Hewitt, and I'm also a trainer there. I've been training since '09, and it's a passion. I love being a part of people's journey, their health journey. That's about it.
Now, I was working out yesterday and I was going to stop and see if you could come in today. So I know you're training in that other room. Was that yoga?
Yeah. So that was my client. She was having some issues, some pain in her back. And so instead of weights, I just kind of changed what we were going to do. We did some yoga. And I actually texted her a few minutes ago. She's feeling a lot better.
And so you that diversified that you know yoga and all of that.
Yes, I know how when people are in pain, I have been able to help relieve some of that, just through different things, getting outside of just lifting weights.
Oh yeah, well I've been having a lot of back issues, but the thing I like the back machine.
Yeah,
that helps.
Everyone
a whole
loves
lot.
that. It does feel really good.
And my cousin, she's a chiropractor. And I go up there once a month to see her. And she said, your problem is you sleep on your side.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I've been sleeping on my side since I was a baby. She said, you need to start sleeping on your back. And so when I sleep on my back, I can sleep on my back 2 or 3 days. And it's hard to do.
I can't do that.
Sleep on your back.
I don't think it's necessarily you need to change how you sleep.
No, I don't either, but I sleep on my back and my back won't hurt. She said, well, I told you. I said, well, that shouldn't affect how I sleep. My posture when I sleep shouldn't affect my back.
Right.
My doctor told me, and it was embarrassing what my doctor told me, but I guess he noticed something. He said, it's your stomach.
Okay.
He said, your stomach is causing pressure on your back. Have you heard that?
Like a weak core can make your back hurt. So strengthening your core helps you. People don't realize that. So if you're like having back pain, it could very well be need to strengthen the front. If you're having pain in your calf, you probably need to like stretch your shin or do some massaging on that. So it's just interesting how that is true.
And so, you helping me out right now because somebody else told me, one of my friends said you need to start working on your core because, the legs, I guess, waist down, the leg presses and, building your core and stuff like that. Because you know how we are, guys. We want the V and the biceps. We want to look good, but, bypass leg days. So I've been trying to do legs twice a week at least.
Oh, wow. Good.
In addition to walking, I walk all the time. So.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
don't skip leg day.
Now,
lots of dust.
Walking. Is it good to walk every day? Is that necessary? Because I really walk about 4 days.
I would walk every day. I would do some kind of movement like that every day. So a lot of people say, well, what do you do for, on your recovery days when you're not going to do a workout. You do some kind of active recovery. If that's gentle walking, taking the dog for a walk, or just anything that is movement, doing some kind of movement daily.
Yeah, that's I understand that. Now, my doctor, I had my yearly physical, and he said you lost 9 pounds. Yeah, I've been working at that.
Yeah.
But he says, I say I walk. He said, should ride a bicycle? You need to. I said, man, look, I'm 64. I don't need to run. I got a stationary bike. But sweat. I think sweat till you sweat gets your heart rate up.
Yes, getting your heart rate up, contracting your muscles. That's going to release into the good stuff into your blood that goes to your brain, makes you feel good. All of that, your heart, anything that gets your blood pumping. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes doctors are pretty. All my clients are like, I went to the doctor. They said I wasn't doing enough. I don't know what more I can do, and it's like, you're fine. Just.
I have to remind my doctor. And I'm not going to call his name. I've been having him 20 years. He's a real skinny guy, an Aggie that love to run.
He's a marathoner, I'm sure.
Yeah, he runs all the time. And he always told me I need to lose weight. Say, you need to get down to 160 pounds. I said, dude, I was 200 pounds when I graduated from high school. I said, I try to stay between 190 and 185, somewhere in there. And I've been doing it. And he always said, well, if you lose weight, you'll feel better. I said, I'm not here because I'm sick. I'm here because it's my annual physical. And he's not real big on weightlifting. He's big on cardio.
That sounds very, very old school.
That's what I'm thinking. He's big
and we all
on
have
cardio.
such different body types. To say, like, at your height, you should weigh this, I think that's ridiculous. Because if that was the case, then I would probably be considered obese because I'm a very heavy person. So I just think that those numbers are silly. It's like, when you say a rhino should be able to run like a lion. Like, no, he shouldn't. His body's different. Like,
exactly. So, and that's why when, let's say somebody listening, male or female, because, we're not going to genderize this.
Right.
You're a trainer. It don't say you're a trainer that happens to be a female. It's not a woman trainer, man trainer. You're just a trainer. So somebody walks in the gym and they, say, well, I need some advice on maybe changing my body chemistry. How can I analyze? What is your opinion as to how I need to look or what I need to do to help me feel better and look better? Do you have people coming in with that approach?
Yes. So the first thing I would do is we have it's called an eVolt body scanner, and what it does is it scans the body as good as it can. It's a really good piece of equipment, and it breaks down everything. It breaks down like your actual subcutaneous body fat, your visceral fat, which is that fat surrounding your organs, which is deadly. It breaks down how much lean mass you have, how much is water. I mean, all of it. So I would look at that and I would say, okay, look, yeah, you might weigh this amount, but look how much lean mass you have. Or, okay, you look good, but your visceral fat's through the roof. It's just, I would look at that and I would help them see the numbers in a different way, because that number on the scale can be really discouraging, just the plain number, and not knowing where it's coming from. I don't know, like I weigh 150, how much of that is good, how much is bad, and so like when you see it broken down like that, then you can really get a feel for like, okay, you realistically could lose this amount of weight and that would be healthy for you. And so to get outside of like, I'm a woman, I need to weigh 120 pounds, you know what I mean? Or as a man, him saying, you should weigh 160. Well, how much of your body is lean mass right now, Is it 160? If it is, then why would you want to get down to 160? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that would be the first thing I would do.
And you have what kind of you have a machine that actually does that?
It's a body scanner, and you stand on it and you stand on it and you hold these handles, and then the little electrons or whatever they're called. I don't really know the science of it. Yeah, they go through and do a breakdown.
Well, I need to do that next time I come up there. I need to do that. Now, what is too much working out? Sometimes you just fatigue yourself, and some people you see them running and doing everything over hyper. Is it such a thing as you overworking, your body don't have time to recover, or you tearing it down and not allowing it to rebuild itself, or?
Yes, so there is such a thing as central nervous system fatigue, and so that is when you overwork too much and you're dehydrated and your central nervous system is not functioning properly, and so when you start having those kind of symptoms, you're going to feel real terrible. So that can be too much. You'll start getting headaches and having, like I said, just a lot of fatigue. Just things won't be right. And so, yeah, you can get to that point, especially like we were talking before the show about like summertime. You want to be really, really aware of that, especially with being out in the heat doing summer sports and stuff, or even just being out in the heat watching summer sports. That kind of stuff can kick in and just constantly.
That dehydration.
Yeah.
And exhaustion. You know, I dehydrated twice, and both times I dehydrated, I started getting dizzy, and I realized, I said, well, I hadn't had anything to eat or drink.
Yes.
And I've been outside in that heat, and I had to eat bananas, and they say bananas are good for potassium.
Mm-hmm.
I got up and I got me some bananas and all of that, and I keep saying, the first time it happened to me, I said, okay, I'm gonna make sure I drink, because it was right during the time that we couldn't go outside. Everything was shut down during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And we went outside to have a barbecue fundraiser. And we were out there with the guys playing dominoes and enjoying ourselves and selling barbecue plates, sandwiches. Well, I eat one wraparound and I didn't eat nothing else. You know, before I knew it, man, I'm tired to go home. I sit down. I said, well, I'm gonna get me something to eat. Took a shower, watched TV, but I didn't eat a drink. And the next day, I got up and I was walking around and I just got real dizzy, and I kind of blacked out, you know. And so I realized, I told my wife, I said, no, I know what it is. I didn't have nothing. My son called me and said, I'm gonna take you to the hospital. They're about to throw you in the back of this truck. And basically, what they told me was what I already knew. I had dehydrated.
Yep.
And I think a lot of times when you have a busy lifestyle, which I'm busy all the time. There's a lot of people out there that are busy, and you may forget to eat. You may forget you haven't had anything to drink, because I try to eat when I'm hungry. If I'm not hungry, I might not eat. And I wake up and realize, hey man, it's 3 o'clock, I haven't had anything to eat. But I found out that is dangerous.
The most important thing is drinking, but I think the study says like 70% of Americans are dehydrated. So we're just not getting enough water. And so I would say, I think I read somewhere it was like an ounce per body weight in pounds. It's a lot of water, but it is so important. You'll be fine without eating for a while, but just do not let yourself get dehydrated. And take electrolytes. I try to do that actually every day, at least one serving of electrolytes and some kind of liquid.
Because I know back when we were playing sports, different era, you know, they gave us salt tablets.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And I was like, I never didn't know why, but they gave us salt tablets. They made you take the salt tablets. And later in life, I realized that they gave us the salt tablets because that made you thirsty.
Oh.
It actually made you want to drink water. And you know, I'm going to tell you how I found that out. I just thought, just give me salt tablets, whatever. When I got some Arabian horses, had them right off Ritchie Road before they started building all of those. And so I didn't know nothing about livestock or nothing like that. So one of the guys said, you got to get a salt block and put it out there. And I said, get a salt block out there for what? He said, they'll lick that salt and it'll make them drink water, because horses and cows and stuff like that, they'll just eat without drinking. And I went back and, you know, I'm a YouTuber, and I said, that's why we were given the salt tablets, because nothing substitutes water. You know, not your Gatorade and all of that, but the salt tablets, they make you drink water. And so, you know, it's bad that I found that out later in life, and never did ask. You grew up in that era when you just, here, take this, you took it, you didn't ask questions. And so, have you ran across anybody that have dehydrated while they were at the gym?
No, thankfully. My clients, I've had it happen just a couple of times where they get dizzy, so then we just stop the workout.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make them drink a lot of water. I'm always talking about water. So, yeah. Have you ever cramped up during any kind of sporting event?
Yeah.
This reminds me of this. I ran a marathon once at College Station, and at mile 12, my calf cramped up, and nothing would fix it. And I remember doing the salt tablets and trying to drink a ton and all of that stuff. But yeah, you definitely want to watch out for cramping during working out or any kind of event. So that's the worst.
Now, a lot of people go to gyms. Now, I love Anytime. I've been there, I think, ever since they've been open.
For real?
I've been there, I know,
Like 12 years?
I've been there longer than that. When did they open?
I'm pretty sure it was like 2011
I was there when they opened.
with the other manager. He was there for like 1 year.
Yeah.
When I took over.
I went over there because it's right down the street from my house.
Oh, cool.
And they open 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I had a sleeping disorder where the only thing that could put me to sleep is either take a pill, which I didn't want to get addicted to that, or fatigue myself. So I would go work out at night till I literally fatigued myself.
Oh.
And I love being there because of the fact it ain't never crowded at night. Whereas everybody know me. If I go to, there was, Gym X, I used to go to Gym X.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Planet Fitness. I said, man, I can't go over there because there's too many people. I know too many people.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what are some of the precautions that, I know you're just not training people, but you have to have your eyes set on who's trying to lift weights and some of the precautions that you look out for as a on-site manager.
Like if someone's going to get themselves hurt.
Uh-huh.
I definitely, I try not to bother people too much.
Mhm.
And then sometimes people say, why don't you say something? If I don't think they're going to actually get hurt, I don't interrupt. But if somebody's doing something that could seriously hurt themselves, if that's what you're asking, is that what you're asking me? I'll just suggest like, oh, hey, I don't know what your goals are, but if you do this, that might help. And then they most always are like, oh, you're right,
Yeah,
but I
put
try
too
to
much
just
on
be
the bar or
subtle.
something.
Because I don't want anyone to feel bad or feel embarrassed or anything. But yeah, just mostly form is the main thing. I don't really interrupt if they're going high intensity or anything like that. But if they're doing some kind of form or doing some weird thing they saw on the computer, on the internet,
Oh, yeah.
I might say, what's your goal there?
That's not designed for you to be up there like a monkey, you know. No, that's not a monkey bar. Let me ask you this, and now you got to leave.
No, it's my son. He's calling me. Oh, he should be listening.
Oh, he ought to be listening on the Apple Watch. Hey, look, now, during the pandemic, everybody became germ conscious.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Everybody started learning terms like microbials.
Mm-hmm.
You start learning touching things differently.
Right.
And I started a fumigation company during the pandemic, and I studied how microbials work and all that. I had to go through GBAC training and all of that. And so I think one thing that when they started letting people back in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
one thing I noticed that most of the people, they wipe things down.
Mm-hmm.
And how important is that actually when you start talking about sanitations and I guess when your skin is open, your pores are open, and you sit where somebody sit, and they didn't clean it off. Just how important is that kind of cleanliness and sanitation in a facility like the one you have?
I mean, I'm no expert, but I think it's really important, and I love our members because we have all those different stations, and people are very good about cleaning up after themselves. We have all the hand sanitizer and everything, so I don't know. I don't know any other way now. I feel like there was life before COVID, and now there's life after, and I don't really remember.
It's the new normal.
I'm like, I
It's
don't
so normal
remember
now.
us not constantly disinfecting everything.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, and I know you gotta go. As far as safety in the gym, have you ran into any issues where somebody was threatening somebody or negative situations like that, or?
Yeah, I am terrible at that kind of stuff. I hate it. I'm like, why can't everyone just act like a
Get
grown
along,
up?
huh?
Yeah. So I just remember this one time. There was this guy working out, and he was different. He would do like 2 reps, and then move to another machine and do 2 reps, and he was just all over the gym. And he took this other guy's thing that he was using, and the man said something to him in a nice way, but then the kid who was doing all that said a very, very, very terrible thing, and it turned into this thing like these other guys were like, "What? Did you hear what he said?" And so I kind of had to like cancel one of the guys' memberships, and then the other guy ended up moving. But it rarely happens, but it's uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. Now before you go, and you're gonna come back next Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before you go, what are some of the good summer foods to eat for people that are working out, watching their calories? But okay, here's a question. I just worked out and I'm hungry, and I don't want to lose my workout regimen that I had. I worked out so hard, but I'm hungry. What kind of food should I eat, or what should I eat?
I mean, if you want something that's kind of cool or whatever, in a way to kind of spice up your protein, this is what I love doing. I'll take almond milk and ice, your preferred fruit, like a banana is what I like, in your protein, and make a smoothie. So easy, so yummy. So those are always good. I also love like little Greek yogurts because they have lots of protein with some granola. I mean, it just depends on the person, but I don't know. I really love.
But my body be calling a double number 2 with
Right.
cheese and jalapeno peppers. Now that's good for right after you work out, but I'm hungry. It's still not gonna satisfy.
So the best thing, if you're really trying to be serious, is just have something ready already. Like get up in the morning, air fry some chicken and rice, put it in those little containers and have them in the fridge ready to go. And don't like skimp on the seasoning. I love seasoning my food, and then you have protein right away, and you're not going to destroy what you did with a burger or whatever other thing you might do.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, I like that. I got a blender. I need to start blending. And you say your protein shakes. You use almond milk.
Yeah, I like
as your
almond
base.
milk, and ice, and whatever kind of flavored protein you like, and then a fruit. Yeah.
Now, I know you gotta go. Keep
No,
saying
it's fine. I'm not mad.
I went to Union Station, and it's a guy that has a booth there, and he said lotus plant.
Oh, I don't know a lot about
I've never heard of a lotus plant. The only time I heard of a lotus plant was on Percy Jackson, Who Stole the Lightning Bolt. You remember that movie?
Yeah.
And where they had him in Vegas, and they kept eating the lotus plant.
What did he say the lotus plant's good for?
Well,
I don't
he
know
say
much about that.
it's good, antioxidant, and all of that. I'm like, I didn't even know it was a lotus plant, but he made some kind of drink out of it,
Oh, cool.
and it had good fiber and all of that. So maybe we can look at maybe some different variety of smoothie recipes that we can use during the summer and get addicted to it, and it might help. Well, it will help if we eat and drink better. So
You know what? Another thing I just thought of that is really fun to do and easy. You just like mix up some oatmeal, some almond butter or peanut butter, some protein, and maybe a little bit of honey or agave. Mix all that up, make it into a dough, and then put it like in balls in your freezer, and then you have little protein balls just ready to go, and it's like a treat too if you like treats. Does that make sense?
I'm still trying to say how okay, oatmeal.
Yeah, just dry oatmeal, not cooked.
Oh, you don't cook it?
You just have the oatmeal, and you just all the dry ingredients: oatmeal, almond butter, protein, and then some honey or agave to like kind of make it stick together. And then whatever other fun things you want. You can put nuts in there, cranberries, whatever you want. Mix it all up, turns into a dough, and then make little balls and freeze them, and then you have little bites.
It's time for you to go because that don't sound.
That doesn't sound good to you. It's like a protein bar.
Sound like it's gonna make me hungry. How about a Snickers or just a Good Bar or something, you know?
But it's really good. It's really yummy, and it satisfies that, and it's packed full of protein. So.
Well, we need to get a list of things like that we can add to our diet. At least try them out. I want to try all of that stuff out because I'm looking to change my eating habits. Well, I've kind of changed my eating habits, but I want new tastes.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't want to drink the Gatorade. I will if I have to, but you know, smoothies and stuff like that. Really want to get committed to doing that. I went to one place, and the guy had cucumber water.
Mm-hmm.
He had cucumber water, and he had lemonade in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that tastes pretty good.
Was it just lemons and cucumber?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, explain that situation. What?
Just the vitamins. He probably soaked it in the water all day, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a really great hydration, and then something about the lemons does something for inflammation inside of your body and helps like balance your intestines, your gut health.
Oh, well, so my gut health, I'm all down with that. Now, he made it real simple. He was selling them for $30 a little jar. And
he was selling those for $30.
I went to this bodybuilder,
He soaked
weightlifting.
it for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sliced up the cucumbers, and then he sliced up the lemons, and he just put it in water. I don't know if he got the water at the Brazos or wherever he got the water.
And then it basically turns into a tea. All those
It
vitamins
tasted
and
good,
nutrients
too.
from that are going in. Well, that's cool.
And that's good
What
belly.
were you-
You say belly. Oh man, I keep saying I want to do that, but just get. Most people are like me. They busy. But I like what you said about you're gonna work out. You know you're gonna be hungry. Cook your food before you go work out. Put it up so you can already have it there. You
Yeah.
won't be tempted to wait in that Whataburger line.
Yeah, just
Or you be too tired to cook after you've worked out.
Oh yeah, like it or after work. Like I don't feel like cooking tonight. Just take 30 minutes in the morning and get some food ready for your day. That's what my son Andrew. He asked me to talk about him on here.
They talk about Andrew. That was my father's name, Andrew.
He said he's really into like his fitness and health. So we're like I haven't been as good since summer started, but like we get up in the morning and like meal prep for the day and so he's set. But yeah, shout out to Andrew.
Andrew, is he still in school?
No, he's gonna be a junior.
At work.
Midway.
Midway. Oh, do you play sports over there?
He runs track.
Oh wow. So I should see him every once in a while over there at the school.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So he's working out all the time doing the track, and he's definitely
He's doing weights every day. He's gained so much muscle mass in this span of like I don't even know, probably 6 months, but just every day, every single day, and he feels himself. It's pretty cool to watch because he's always been more thin, and so to see him like putting on mass,
bulk up, he getting that grown man look on.
Yeah, he loves it. He's kind of vain. He's always like looking in the mirror.
And he just run track. What does he run?
Hurdles.
Oh man.
Yeah. So he was on JV because he was a sophomore this year. He was on JV and he came in second, third at district. So that was fun.
Oh well, that's good. Well, Andrew, what's up, my brother? Keep grinding, keep on doing it. You know, he don't have to leave Waco if he's trying to go to school to run track. He can go right over there to Baylor and be in the Olympics. You know, they had Olympic track record here at Baylor. So I want to appreciate you, and next week on Health Tips with Angie, maybe you can bring a list of those smoothies and that kind of stuff that we can share with our listeners. So you got anything else you might want to add before you leave?
One thing, it's totally off topic, but I was just going to say, people always forget in their health journey, sleep. You brought up sleep earlier, and it's just so important. It's always like, eat right and exercise, but sleep is in there too. And I've been just constantly learning about magnesium. Magnesium is a great vitamin supplement that we can take that helps with sleep and then also helps us have better energy in the day and helps us be more productive to be able to do those things that we want to do. So anyway, that's my health tip for today. Magnesium.
Magnesium. We want to thank Angie Spence for our health tips with Angie. And read this one more time before you go. You gotta read that one more time because you sound good doing that. I need to just record your voice doing that because you sound good.
I used to win oral reading in school.
Really? Well, I need to get you to make commercials.
That's funny. Now?
Yeah.
Okay, you're listening to The Barbershop with Mr. C and Angie on CBS Sports Radio, Central Texas, and the Syntex Sports One app. All CBS Sports Radio Central Texas programming is live from the Battery Joe Studios. Get the screen on your phone replaced the same day by calling 254-870-1270.
All right. There you go. Health tips with Angie. Be right back.